Evening, everyone. So welcome to the very first Marketplace Connect. So Marketplace Connect, we aim to be the first conference on the UK market about marketplaces.
Well, we thought about the idea of setting up a marketplaces event because, first of all, there were none in the UK, but also marketplaces are everywhere. It's about cars, e-commerce, professional services. And so we thought it would be a great idea to bring together the people who design, scale, manage these new businesses, share their experience and their knowledge.
The whole event has been fantastic. For me, the parts that I've got the most out of have really been focused on, one, how do you scale a two-sided marketplace, and how do you really build the trust and the legitimacy so that clear blue chip clients can keep on coming back and back to use the service.
Well, it is fascinating how platforms have really taken over, and some of the biggest companies in the world aren't producing anything, which is, I suppose, in one sense, absolutely obvious, but it really is a massive change in not very long a time.
But the firms creating the value are no longer the same. The firms have changed. Yes, you'll find in 2000, you still have General Electric, you have Exxon, Walmart, the largest supermarket or distributor in the world. They're still there, but in 2016, something quite impressive happened. The top 5 companies in the world, in terms of market cap, as ranked by the Financial Times in its Global 500 index, were all unique in one way. So Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, they have one thing in common. They are powered by platforms. They are what we call platform-powered ecosystems. So they don't buy raw material and make a product and flog it. At the core of their business, they harness the power of communities.
Well, we really try to attract some of the leaders and some of the best-in-class marketplaces. So people like Carwow, they are redefining the market. So a marketplace for brand new cars. Their growth is incredible. They're doing really, really well. And so we thought that they would be perfect for this event.
It was really good having the CEOs at the conference today. So a lot of them said, we found our niche and then we really went down on scaling, doubled down on scaling. And for me, I think that's the most important thing first.
So we raised quite a lot of money. We had no money to start with, so we had to raise some money to get going. But we see it as ultimately we need to attract consumers and change their mindset from the traditional way of car buying for us. So it's not cheap, but it was the only way we could grow. Mm-hmm. And we know that as we grow, we get more network effects, crossover effects. So we see it as imperative. And we have to grow fast because what we're doing is not massively impossible to copy in terms of tech. There's no real IP or patent or anything. So we have to grow fast to create barriers to entry.
I think personally I found a lot of the conversation around trust particularly pertinent to some of the things that we're trying to get our heads around at Carwow at the moment. But as a business in rapid growth and tackling many of the same challenges that so many of the other delegates here this evening are trying to get their heads around, there's an awful lot of useful material.
From the range, the gamut of segments that we work in, I would say there is a 10x spread in percentage terms, for example, between maybe 0.5% in certain verticals where fraud is a problem. Mm-hmm. And we can tell that from either the document produced or other factors within the verification, right through to 10x of that, up into the 5%, and that's an average. Okay. So there can be, depending on the vertical and the segment, there can be a broad, let's say the incentives to defraud either the other users or the platform itself, mm-hmm.
Particularly when it comes to the range of financial services that we serve can be very broad, and the risk to the organization, either in pure monetary terms or the risk to trust in the platform, can be severe.
And also, the tremendous impact that the gig economy is having, and how many people, 1.1 million people in the UK, who are gigging.
Yeah, over half are aged 31 to 54, and many of them are actually highly skilled, so 44% of the workforce have a degree. And where are the gig workers? Well, it probably won't surprise you that most of them are in London, so they're twice as likely to have tried some form of gig work in London, but it actually may not stay that way. So again, coming back to this question of future consideration, so people in Scotland and the north of England are more likely, actually, just a little bit, but still more likely than people in London to say that they would consider trying some form of gig work in future.
What was exciting for me was, the diversity and the commonalities that underpin every marketplace.
Wow, what energy, what exciting people, so many good ideas out there. The industry's in rude good health.